Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we are going to learn how to cut this beautiful corset top. So like always, we are going to start with our basic bodies. Here I'm marking out the chest line, the bust point, then the half length, and then the full length. We'll be adding 3.5 inches to the half length to make it 17.5 inches for the full lace. The reason why we added extra 3.5 inches was because of the back's shape. So the armhole length is 7 inches, and then the under bust, we'll be using 11 inches for the under bust. So that's what I'm marking out here. After that, we'll move over to the bustier creation. For the bust span, we'll be making use of 8 inches for the bust span. So we'll divide the bust span by 2, giving us 4 inches for the bust span, and then we'll rule it down. So at the bust point, we'll be taking half inches up and then half inches down. The reason why we normally take half inches or 1 inches up and down is so that the bust point area won't be pointed. If the person is busty, you make it 1 inches. If the person is not that busty, you make it half inches. So at the left hand side, we'll be taking out 1.5 inches. So that is what I'm taking out here. So we'll connect the bust point to the under bust, and then we'll join the line to the bust span line. I didn't rule it down because this will have a back shape. So at the chest line, we'll be minusing half inches. We'll be taking out half inches, and then we'll connect to the bust point while we rule up the line. So after this, we'll be taking 1.5 inches from the center, and then after marking out 1.5 inches, we'll be coming in by 1 inches to give it that slant look. So if you want it to have slant look, you would come in by 1 inch. So here I've marked out the 1.5 inches, and we'll rule down, and then I will minus 1 inches from the 1.5 inches. That is what you see me doing here. From down, I'll be minusing 1 inches from the 1.5 inches that we initially marked out, like this. And then the reason why we're doing this is because we want it to have a slant look. So from up, I will connect it to that 1 inch that I minus from the 1.5 inches, and that will be our new line. That is the line we'll be cutting out. So here, that's the reason why I'm demonstrating that this 1.5 inches won't be cut. So we'll rule down the armhole length. We'll rule it down, but if you don't want to make use of the armhole length, you can decide to make use of 7 inches, but I think making use of the armhole length is more preferable. So while you rule down, you also go ahead to minus 1 inches from there to give it that same slant look. So see the way I'm connecting it to the 1 inches that I came in with, and still give it a bad sign to indicate that we'll not be cutting it from there. So having done that, we'll go up to determine the neckline. The neckline for this is square neckline. So I will be using 7 inches depth for this neckline. Then from the armhole length, I'll be coming in by 1 inches. So that is the reason why I came in by 1 inches. That's the reason why I'm using the green marker to determine the new armhole length, and then we'll connect. The strap for this, we'll be making use of 1.5 inches for the strap. We'll be cutting everything together. We'll be cutting the whole thing together. So I'm determining I'm still shaking the 7 inches. Okay, at first I wanted to make use of 7 inches, but I ended up making use of 6 inches. If you are bossy and you want your boobs to be showing, you can make use of 7.5 inches, but if you don't want your boobs to be showing, you make use of 6 inches, depending on how modest you want it to be. So like I said before, the strap will be making use of 1.5 inches for the strap. So here I'm trying to make sure that the 1.5 inches is in place. So I'm using the green marker also to determine the strap and how we are going to cut it. So here I'm curving it so that it's not too straight. So after that, we'll be imputing the remaining part of the measurement, also bearing in mind that the hole that you used, you'll be adding it back. The whole inches that you used for the dart creation, you'll be adding it back. So you don't have to forget that, because it will scatter the whole measurement. So you have to remember to add the whole dart that you took out. So here I measured out the underbust, and then I added the whole inches that I took out for that. I'll still do the same thing at the waistline, and then we'll go over to the back creation. So here the round waist is 30 divided by 4 plus whatever we took out for the dart. So here I'm still measuring out to determine the inches that we took out for the dart, and then I'll be adding it back, and then we'll connect. So at the waistline we'll be coming down by 0.5 inches, and then we'll connect it to the back length, while at the center we'll be coming out by 3.5 inches to give it that curvy shape. I don't want to connect it straight, I want it to be a bit curvy, so that is why I came out by 3 inches, and then we'll connect it to the 0.5 inches that we came down with at the waistline. So that's it for this. The back is actually very simple. You can decide to make use of zip, or you can decide to make use of a lacing back. Just at the back, the only thing you need to do at the back is for you to remember to come in by 1 inches at the armhole length. Remember to come in by 1 inches like we did here. While you are cutting, you determine whether you want to make use of zip or lace. If you want to make use of a lacing back, then you cut out 2 or 3 inches. If you want to make use of zip, you add your 1 inch zip allowance. So that's it for this, and please subscribe to my channel if you haven't. So thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate